This video guitar lesson is all about how to play the G chord on the guitar. If you're a beginner, I'm going to start out very basic, very easy, and we'll get more and more advanced as we go through the video. The notes that are necessary to make up the G chord, or also known as the G major chord, are the notes G, B, and D. This first G chord is often referred to as the easy G because it's probably the easiest way to play a G chord. You only need one finger. So put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string, and then the D string, G string, and B string are played open, like this. So that was the easiest way to play the G chord. Here's some other things you can do. Put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and make sure that no part of your hand is touching any of the strings and muffling any of them except for the A string there. Your finger is going to muffle that. And then just don't play the high E string. Play all the other strings like this. If you do accidentally play the high E string, that's okay. It's not a G major chord at that point. It's considered a G6 chord, but it still sounds very close to a G chord. And this is what that sounds like. And now let's take it up another level by using 2 fingers. So for kids or people with small hands, this is a big stretch and you may not be able to do it right away, but you can at least try. And if you keep trying it and practicing it every time you play the guitar, you'll find one day that it will work, it'll sound great. Here's how you do it. Put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string and put your ring finger, your 3rd finger, on the 3rd fret of the high E string. And we're going to play all 6 strings, but make sure that this finger is muffling the A string. So it's going to sound like this. Another thing you can do is add your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string. But now you have to curve your finger like this so that it does not muffle the A string this time. So we actually want this note to play. That's the note B, and we'll play the same strings, all of them except the high E string. So you can practice that, and then practice the easy G like this, and then practice putting it all together like this. So this is putting your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then the D string, G string, and B string are played open, and your ring finger goes on the 3rd fret of the high E string. You can also bring your ring finger up here to the 3rd fret of the B string, and then put your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the high E string, and your 1st and 2nd finger will go back here like it was in the last chord. And this is a G chord as well, just has a different sound. It sounds like this. So this note here on the 3rd fret of the B string is the note D. So it gives you another D there, and it just gives you a different sound. And now here's another way to play the G chord. It's a little more difficult, but it does have some advantages. So let's take a look at this one. So for this one, you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then your pinky goes on the 3rd fret of the high E string. There's several good reasons to play the G chord this way, and one of those reasons is it frees up your first finger to move around and play some notes. This is great for certain styles or genres of music. You could do something like this. Another reason people like to play the G chord this way is because they can switch very quickly to a C chord like this, back to G, back to C. And if you play a G chord like this, you have to completely switch your fingers around to play a C chord. However, if you play the G chord like this, you can go to a D chord a little easier. If you play it like this, you again have to completely switch your fingers around. Also, if you play the G chord like this, it's a very easy switch to D. You can also switch to E minor like this. But if you play G like this, you could play E minor like this. So it really depends on what chord you're going to play before you play the G chord and what chord you're going to play after you play the G chord that will let you know what is best in that situation. But overall, it's best to learn all these different ways of playing the G chord so that you can play anything you want, get the sound that you want, have no limitations. You can do it. Don't give up on the G chord. And here is another way to play the G chord. So this G chord is called a G bar chord. Your first finger is playing the 3rd fret of the low E string, and this part of your finger right here is playing the 3rd fret of the high E string at the same time with the same finger, like that. Then you add your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string, your pinky on the 5th fret of the D string, and your middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And you bring it all together like this. This way of playing the G chord not only sounds different, but has some advantages of its own. For example, if I wanted to play an A major chord and then a G major chord, something like this. So if I played that with one of the other G chords, it would be quite challenging because I'd have to do something like this. If you're having a hard time with bar chords, I have another video where I teach a simple exercise that you can do every day that will help you greatly to be able to start playing bar chords. I'll put the link in the description. Please check it out. Another good reason to learn the G bar chord is because it gives you the ability to get ready to play the G minor chord, which is very similar. Here's the G major chord. G minor, you just lift up your middle finger and you can actually kind of slide it over to help you press down over here, and it sounds like this. So that's G minor, here's G major. To get you started in the G bar chord direction, you can begin like this, where you put your first finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string, and then put your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string, and your pinky on the 5th fret of the D string, and then your middle finger on the 4th fret of the G string, and then just play those 4 strings like that. So that's kind of like half the chord there, and then you can play the other half and keep working on those halves until they become a whole G chord. The other half you can do is, instead of putting your first finger up here, bring it down here to the 3rd fret of the B string and high E string. So it's not perfectly flat and straight like that, but it is flat and kind of at an angle like this. It's going to look like that. And then just don't play the low E string.